Hey Scorpio, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your 2023 overview reading here. So, initial thought, wow, this is going to be quite a year for you in a good way. So you are coming through as the crow for this year. Hello, Scorpio. Nobody else has come through as the crow. It's not one of those animal energies that comes out all too often because it's a bit, it's extra magical, it's extra special, but I'm not biased at all. Crow energy is a bit of a hybrid. It equates to that of the high priestess in the tarot, and it also equates to the magician, right? So high priestess, being very connected to your intuition, really being willing to dive into those, darker subconscious hidden aspects of yourself and to see what is unseen. Beautiful. Also really relying on your intuition in order to inform and inspire you. And that is a very, very powerful position to be in for the year. Also, the magician is about, taking your story in your own hands, stepping into the full power of your own autonomy and saying, I co-create my reality. Do you see why this is so brilliant, Scorpio? It's so good. Now, coming up in your place of challenge is the star, Aquarius energy. So let's talk about that. You know that saying, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. Have you ever thought about what is behind that? Have you ever really given any thought to that? Because this really speaks to that in this position. So let's talk about change. You being Scorpio, you are the death key in the tarot, which represents change, transformation, right? So the fact that this is coming up in your house of challenge, says to me that there could be aspects of things that you have wished for, because star energy is about wish fulfillment, great hope, great faith, great love, physical wellness, and being in the spotlight. It's all eyes on you, right? This can come through as a bit of a fame key as well. Someone who is in the spotlight or in the limelight, right? Who has that sort of recognition. So it's interesting here because I feel like there are going to be times throughout this year where on one hand, this is a reminder to you to keep the faith, keep the hope, and keep moving, because this comes after the Tower key, right? So I feel like you are coming, which is also Scorpio energy actually. So you're coming from a lot of shifts and challenges, and I feel like there's an energy of you really doing the best that you can do, but maybe not seeing the physical results or manifestations that you feel like are proportionate to the effort that you've put into them. Whether this is your relationships, your work, your living situation, your fight, whatever this is. There have been victories along the way, but I feel like going into this year, there's an aspect of this that's saying to you, you are lining up for some major shifts in the realm of how you're seen, your visibility points, and also wish fulfillment. So there's an aspect of this that says, enjoy this time before you get what you wished for, because once you get it, remember that careful what you wish for, it's going to require some changes from you and your reality is going to look really different as a result. So keep that in mind as you're moving throughout this year. So in your place of victories, you have the moon. Now, this to me, out of everything, second only to the crow, is a very auspicious placement for you and really speaks to the power of this year ahead. This is Pisces energy. This is very much about the unknown, psychic ability, and also being able to live in the questions and focus on the journey over the destination. So the fact that this is coming up in your place of victory, it feels like there's a certain freedom for you around, maybe moving or coming up into this point. You experience some disappointment in the way that you thought things were going to go, the timing in which you thought things would happen, that it gave you a certain sense of freedom. It allowed you as a fixed sign, and I say this as a fellow fixed sign, I'm an Aquarius, so I get it. As a fellow fixed sign in a Scorpio moon, there could have been a sort of release and a freedom from going, you know what? I just like, I let go of the reins. I just like am open to whatever is happening or not happening, because I realize that like there is a certain, wheel of fortune aspect to my experience. And I really don't have control over certain things like timing and the way in which things happen or how it looks when it comes through. So I'm stepping back and going, hey, whatever happens, happens. And that is giving you a certain sense of emotional freedom, emotional wellness, but it's also tying you into the High Priestess, which says it's clicking into your intuitive superpowers. As a Scorpio, you have them in spades, as I'm sure you well know. So this aligns you. It's like you are the gift of detachment and non-expectation is open to you this year. And because of it, you are more in tune with your psychic ability and more connected to your potential to manifest great things than ever before, because before you were holding on tightly to a specific outcome or a very specific picture. And now that's out the window. There's no rule book. There's no timetable. It's whatever will be, will be. And because that is in your energy, where you're going is going to be far beyond anywhere you've ever been before. Brilliant. You've tapped into a key here. I feel like a lot of those disappointments or setbacks or frustrations were to get you to this point. Let's talk about your advice. Your advice is the Seven of Pentacles. So interesting. Seven of Pentacles is about patience. That's not easy, especially for a fixed sign. It's just not. Fixed signs, it's like we want it and we want it yesterday, right? So there's an aspect of this that just says like, the more that you can really just not just appreciate where you've been, but know and trust that the path of least resistance is directly connected to you going with the flow and trusting in the natural and divine timing of things, of forces that, are outside of your direct control or influence, the better time you're going to have getting to where you're going. And there's this parallel message here with this of enjoying this time before you manifest a lot of this wish fulfillment, some of which might come as a surprise or come in a surprising time or a surprising wave for you, because you are on that path. Look at all these major arcanas here. You are on that path. And it's just about knowing and trusting that if I know and believe that every seed that I've sown is going to bear fruit in the perfect way in the perfect time, then all I have to do is just be where I am. And there's a certain freedom that comes in that as well. It's like, you mean there's nothing for me to like, you're telling me that I don't have to like put a lot of effort in or like really race towards things or really try to reach out and grab things? No. You are going to know when it's time to take action around things, but I feel like there's a certain, aspect of this year for you that is commenting on and rewarding you for all the work that you've done to get up to this point. This year, it feels like the year of freedom for you. Freedom from your own confines of restriction and self-perceived limitations, but also freedoms from a certain, either these are self-imposed or imposed by society or industry standards that have been placed upon you. This freedom is going to allow you not just to feel better, but fly more freely and see more clearly than you have before. And that just puts you in a position of your outcome. Three of Wands. Hello. Three of Wands is forward movement. Three of Wands is a response to the Two of Wands being done efficiently. So what do I mean by that? The Wands connect us to our soul. So it's about the work that we love to do that it is aligned with our soul purpose. It's about our relationships that are within a soul group and tied to our soul purpose and connection. It's what we really, really care about from a deep, intuitive, primal, instinctual place. Two of Wands is getting that foundation ready so that all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed. You've mastered your craft, you've done your skill work, you've set everything up, you've done everything that you can do up until a point. And then you recognize that and are satisfied and grateful with your own efforts, right? Once you do that and you do it well, which you have, that's what brings in the third wand. The third wand is divine opportunity. This is the universe, bringing someone to you that says, oh my God, I heard about you, or your name popped up in this conversation. I'm really into what you're doing. Like, I found you online randomly. Can I fund this project? Can I put your name up for this role or this position? Can I align you with a partner of mine that I think you're gonna really vibe with and you have a shared vision with. Like, it's that kind of energy. So the fact that you are ending as your outcome in this place, it's like you are vibing. It's not surrendering. It's like you are vibing and thriving through this place of divine flow and placement, all because you feel and you know intuitively, because you are deeply connected to this, your intuition this year, that things are being aligned for you that are going to propel you forward from where you've been. And it's going to come as an outside source that comes in to help and promote and really put you into a position of, you know, what can I say? Like the limelight, attention, focus. It's really, really beautiful here. Also, I want to say, Crow medicine is also about signs and synchronicities and magic numbers. So deja vu also. So the fact that you're coming through is that this year really says to me that in any times of doubt or frustration or not being able to see the forest through the trees, it's not going to last long, because just it's like right along with that, you're going to see a really significant sign. There's going to be synchronicities that you can't ignore. There's going to be prophetic dreams. There are prophetic dreams all over this. You have actually four keys that represent psychic energy here. High Priestess, Magician, Star, Aquarian key, and then the Moon with Pisces energy. So your psychic energy is high. You're going to have access to these truths and realities through these signs and symbols and dreams, right? In your own intuitive work, that is just going to let you know that despite all appearances, everything is going as it's meant to be. And again, there is a freedom in that. So this is really brilliant, Scorpio. And the fact that you're ending here on the Three of Wands, I feel like this is commenting on the fact, because Crow medicine also speaks to, you know, a certain justice being taken. So if things have been unfair for you in the past, if you haven't gotten the recognition you deserve, if things have, you know, not gone your way and it really wasn't right in some type of way or form, if it was unfair, unjust, unbalanced, the Crow is an energy that brings that back into alignment and says that you are finally going to get back what you gave. You're going to get back the benefit of the hard work that you did a long time coming. And then it comes as if by like a divine deus ex machina with this Three of Wands and going, finally. This is just about you having a good time getting there. Which is brilliant, right, Scorpio? So with that being said, I hope that this gives you the excitement and the passion with which to move into 2023. You well deserve it, Scorpio. This is going to be an incredibly powerful, intuitive, psychic, brilliant year for you. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about coming through as the Crow? I'm so here for it. Let me know how you're doing in the comments, how you're feeling about the year ahead. I love reading those comments. And with that being said, just thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, just thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.